Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look here at AMD stock. This is one that we trade pretty frequently here on the channel, but I want to update you guys on what's been happening here lately, because even though the volume hasn't been very high or hasn't been higher than the average, around 50 million shares traded every day, we've been getting some great bouncing from around $72 now to highs of 78, and really what this means is that this $75 support has held here in the short term. So again guys, this is great to see because this is the support that we have been watching for over 5 months now. So you can see that ever since August of last year, 2020, we have been able to hold up at $75 very consistently, and that's always why I recommend this price as a buying zone or as just a great price to target. Now in my last video, I told you guys that we might see a small leak below this area all the way to maybe even 70 or 68. Now, unfortunately, 72 was the lowest we went, but as you can see, we are now making some crazy highs and even heading above the 200 EMA, which if you follow the channel is a great place to know where the stock is seeing some massive uptrending. So again, guys, I want to zoom in here on some lower time frames as well, show you what I think is going to be happening over the next few days and some interesting pieces of news and options activity which I was able to see about AMD, which are going to give us a clue on what could be happening over the next few days. I have a jam-packed video for you guys, so as always, if you learned something new, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Now, in case you guys are following my trading here and you want to set up the chart like how I have it, I'm now going to change from the 1 hour chart here, 1 hour time frame on the top of the site, all the way down to the 5-minute, and what this shows us is a zoomed in version of what we were seeing before. So looking here at the last few trading hours of AMD and trading days, actually, what I want to show you guys is this very interesting area where they were trading back and forth consistently over the last few days. You can see that right here, they were making a clear bottom at 72.80. A lot of times they came down to this level and were not able to break both in the aftermarket and in the regular hours trading. So as you guys can see, that was a great support price, and even higher than 75 or even stronger than 75. This 72 will now be the level that I'm watching in the short term to make sure that we stay above this price and make sure that we are seeing buying anywhere above this price. So again, guys, that's what I'm now watching. But as you can see, we did have a clear resistance as well at the 75. And if you guys trade a lot on the channel, or if you've been seeing the channel for a while, you may have heard this already. When a stock breaks below a level of support, so that was the 75 level, which we were seeing on the bigger time frame right here, it broke down below, and now when it trades back up to this level, it is going to be acting as a resistance. So that's exactly what happened over the last few days, and you can see that AMD was having trouble breaking out from 75, but today we got an absolutely massive piece of news, which I'm going to show you guys right now, that caused the stock to rip out from 75 now to highs of 78. However, you can see that the price action does look a bit strange on the time frames here and on the 5-minute chart, and what this is going to represent is basically a weird melt up of sorts. And even though the volume on AMD, like I said, is a little lower, we still were able to make higher and higher highs. So it is going to be a little weird move here that we need to find out whether it is going to be shorted back down to 75 to the support price, or whether it is going to be continuing higher to 82, the next level that we are going to be watching over the next few weeks, and what we hope to be hitting as investors on AMD. So moving over now to the news surrounding AMD stock, you guys can see that the chip maker rose Wednesday after they decided to accept a new share repurchase program. And this is going to be very positive for the stock because it's good for investors and also good for the company, as it allows them to offer incentives to their employees. So really this is good in the short and long term. But one of the things that is going to be clouding this great piece of news is that the $4 billion buyback in shares is going to be over an unspecified period. So really, we don't know if this is going to be done in 1 year, 10 years, 5 years, etc. And what we really want to see is that this happens in the short term, because that would cause a great rise in the stock price. But if it does happen over the long term, then really this is not going to be very effective for stock investors to make money here in the short term. And I feel like that's part of the reason why there's so much FUD with this move, why it looks kind of melted up and strange, and really why a lot of people didn't just jump the gun and buy in massively on AMD. I was really expecting a move up to 82 off this great news, but again, like I said, guys, a lot of people were not too confident with the wording around this news. And I think that in the future, if there can be some updates, or if there can be some more news updates about like what the time frame is, or if if it's short term, then that will be positive for moving the stock in an upwards direction. So getting back to AMD, what exactly do I think is going to be happening over the next few days, especially looking here at these lower time frames, which is where we want to identify what the price is going to be doing, especially for options trading, as that is on a shorter time frame. Now, again, guys, don't shoot the messenger. This is my personal opinion, and I am not a financial advisor. But if I did have to decide what is going to be happening with this chart, and what I'm personally going to be doing tomorrow is shorting this stock. Hopefully we can get a great retracement back to 75. And the reason why I think that this stock is going to make a pullback tomorrow, at least in the beginning in the morning, is because of this. They opened and had a lot of red, and they also closed on a lot of red. So I wouldn't be surprised if that pattern continued into tomorrow. And if we did see some selling at the open, maybe we can get a great move like this one here, where there was almost $1 of movement between the low and the high. And again, guys, that's not a massive move here, but with options, that can make around 10 to 15%, which would be some massive profits for any trader. So again, guys, that's the kind of moves that I really like to capitalize on. Keep your eye out for AMD shorting all the way back even to 75. I wouldn't be surprised if after 3 great days for tech, there was a red day. So as always, make sure you keep your eye on that with AMD. But I do want to show you one last component that is making me kind of bearish on AMD. Now, as always, I said in the long run, I am very, very bullish, and I think that this stock will have no problem breaking past 78 within a week or two. But in the very, very short term, I did see this options activity, unusual options activity, that is making me a little bit more bearish on AMD, and that is going to be basically over here on this website. Now, the website is called Options Sonar, and with this website, we can see some great options activity happening for the next few expiration dates here with AMD, but especially this website allows us to see unusual options activity, and what this is great for is checking out when there is divergence in the market between bearish and bullish bets. Now you can see that for this Friday coming up tomorrow, there is basically an even amount of bullish and bearish bets. So really with the stock, you can see that it melted up very evenly there. There was not really a clear direction, and that's basically reflected in the options activity going on even for the next few weeks, but coming on for 2021-06-18 or June 18th of 2021, around a month away from now, there is a massive amount of bearish bets, almost twice as many as bullish. And usually when this happens around a stock, it wouldn't be surprising to see some unicorn news or some random news come out that nobody really expected. So be careful around this date, guys. Please keep your eye on June 18th. This will be a massive date for AMD. I don't know personally why. Obviously, I don't have insider trading information, but a lot of these people who do play these bets have some kind of insider information, or they are hedge funds looking to move the market in their direction. So again, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some massive shorting around this time. Please keep your eyes open for this date, June 18th, and that's what I'm going to be trying to trade here over the next few days with my shorting position. I hope that a lot more shorting can enter the market here, and in the short term, at least keep the stock pushed down so we don't see a massive explosion on tech and then a massive pullback. I really want this one to climb slowly to 82, and that's better with the share position. So always play the options in the short term, and if you are looking to play in the long term, play the shares. But really, that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. This was a great one to research, and there was a lot of awesome stuff to show you guys that I think could help your trading game even with other names. So make sure you always keep these in your mind. Options, Sonar, Market Watch, etc. And as always, Google searching could help you find out about your favorite stock, what could be happening over the next few days, weeks, and months. And make sure you check out the links in the description down below for my TradingView, which is the platform that you saw me do all my analysis on, as well as my free Discord, which is where I post my daily plays and signals whenever I can. And as always, I hope you enjoy, and like and subscribe down below.